Hare Krishna, good morning and welcome all of you all for the Sunday morning Bhagavad Gita class. So we are in the midst of the third chapter. We completed the 17th verse, but I would like to discuss the 16th verse once again before we go ahead in today's session. The verse clearly says that, my dear Arjuna, one who does not follow the human life, the cycle of sacrifice, thus established in the Vedas, certainly leads a life full of sin, living only for satisfaction of the senses, and such a person lives in vain. And Sanskrit is still stronger. It says, यह अग आयुर इंद्रिय आरामो मोग पार्थ से जीवितः, सिर्फ अपना जीवन व्यर्थ में जी रहा है. So what does this mean? We have to do all our activities as per our varnashram system and then offer the fruits to the Lord. How many of you all have heard this verse? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati. Heard this verse? Can anyone explain me this verse?
Even if we offer a single water, flower,
God will accept with love. This was a question it was asked to you in your interview, right? This was the interview question for her. Okay. What's the higher understanding for the same verse? Patram, pushpam, phalam, toyam. What is the actual higher understanding of this verse? You must have also heard this verse, right? It is said, Acharyas give a very nice understanding. It is said, what is patra? Always, no doubt, Srila Prabhupada also gives the same translation to that. But higher understanding is, Acharyas say, this hand is like a patra, leaf. So Lord says, patram. This, you have to always pay obeisance in front of the Lord. Pushpam. Here, if you're not having a flower, doesn't mean it's actual flower. This heart is like a lotus. Offer this heart to Lord. Offer this heart to the Lord. So, patram, pushpam, phala. All the fruits of your activities, you offer it to Lord. Toyam, pani. Yes. कभी तो रोना चाहिए ना भगवान के लिए. हर समय हम लोग रोते हैं इस जीवन में. We offer our cry, we are crying for what we are having, what we are not having, and what we are having we are never satisfied with it. That's also we are crying for. Lord says, if one doesn't read a Shastra, doesn't read Ramayana or Mahabharata or Bhagavad Gita and doesn't cry for the Lord, that means you are not offering anything to the Lord. अगर एक बार भी रोना नहीं आया तो समझना भाव नहीं. आप लोग को रोना आता रहेगा, क्लास में आने के लिए सोच के ही होना है, अरे क्लास में जाना है, 16 माला जपना है, ठीक. It is said, one devotee was sitting outside Guruvayur temple and he was continuously crying. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went and asked him, आप क्यों रो रहे हो? इतना क्यों रो रहे हो? Continuously you are crying. And what was he having in his hand? The Bhagavad Gita. He asked him, why are you crying? He said, see, I am crying because my spiritual master told me to read the Bhagavad Gita. And I am illiterate. मैं अनपढ़ हूँ. मैं पढ़ नहीं सकता हूँ. So what happens? How will I read? तो अच्छा उसके लिए रो रहे हो? चैतन्य महाप्रभु asked. नहीं, उसके लिए तो मैं नहीं रो रहा हूँ. मैं ये इसके लिए देख के रो रहा हूँ. The first cover page is showing Krishna is driving the chariot and Arjuna is sitting in the chariot. I am wondering why the Supreme Personality of Godhead is sitting and driving the chariot. That is why I am crying. That Arjuna has given him he has taken up such a low job, mean job of driving the chariot of Arjuna. So it is said, once your offering means what? Offering doesn't mean just, hey, come on, take your share. You go to Rajasthan, Savariya seat. People have officially made him partners. Official business partners. On paper, There are many people who are made on paper. And they have done with the materialistic reason that they don't incur any losses. So only profits will be there in their business. But please understand, Lord is not sitting for those fruits. If you shed a drop of tear for the Lord, that will give more happiness to the Lord. Rather than giving him all the checks and all the gold and silver and diamonds. No, Lord is not interested. It's only valued here in this material world. We are all busy collecting currency of this world. यहाँ एक देश का करेंसी दूसरा देश पे चलता नहीं है, तो ये एक लोक का करेंसी दूसरा लोक में कहाँ से चलेगा? एक देश का, अभी इंडिया का करेंसी आपको यूएस में नहीं चलेगा, यूएस का करेंसी इंडिया में नहीं चलने वाला. So when your currency is not valid when you cross the border, that currency has no value. You are planning to take this currency to the other loka, where shunya value is. So please understand that it is very important for us to offer the fruits to the Lord. That is why this entire Karma Yoga chapter is being discussed. So let's go to verse number 18. Who can read the translation for 18th verse?
A self-realized man has no purpose to fulfill in the discharge of his prescribed duties, nor has he any reason not to perform such work, nor has he any need to depend on any other living being.
Very, very important. This is in continuation to, I think, 17th verse, where we have studied that. But for one who takes pleasure in the self, that is a self-realized person, whose human life is one of self-realization, and who is satisfied in the self alone, fully sated. For him, there is no duty. Here, the duty means the various responsibilities with respect to Shastra. And here, the next verse, Lord is further confirming that a self-realized person who has no purpose to fulfill in discharging his prescribed duties. He is further elaborating on this. कि भाई आपका जो भी prescribed duties है, might be, see here it's a very a line I have to draw and tell you all. Please don't consider yourself self-realized and then leave your duties. For example, if you have to do the Shraddha of your Pitras, of your parents, of your elders, you should do. No, you should not. Now I am self-realized. Bhagavad Gita says, for a self-realized person, there is no prescribed duties. No. You have not yet come to that level. But of course, Lord is mentioning, one who goes to that level, for him, he need not, even he says goes to another, nor he is in need to depend on any other living being. That means he doesn't even has to depend on any demigods also. He doesn't have to depend. But that stage of self-realization is still far off. We are in the process, but we have still not achieved it. So please don't, culminate it to that level. Bhagavad Gita says, so from tomorrow I can break the rules. No, I need not take bath and I can cook the food. Karma Bai used to cook khichdi for Jagannath ji. You all know the story. But how did she get that power? From where did she get the power? सबको पता है ना कर्मा बाई की खिचड़ी का कहानी तो सबको पता है ना. तो from वहाँ कहाँ से वो इतना सिद्ध हो गई? How did she get that siddhi? Without taking bath daily in the morning, she used to दातुन से दांत घासी थी और उसी दातुन के बैक साइड से खिचड़ी घुमाती थी. And Jagannath ji used to stand out, Krishna used to stand outside, karma, karma, jaldi karma, bhook lagi. और आज के even to this day, in Jagannath Puri, first bhog is karma based khichdi and then other things will come. 56 भोग खाने वाले जगन्नाथ जी भी खिचड़ी खाते हैं सुबह सुबह starting morning breakfast. Actually, she was a small kid of 5 years. Small kid. Not much interested in this thing. But she used to follow what her father and parents used to do. That is why it is very important. Parenting, first step in parenting is parents themselves should have etiquettes, principles and decent behavior. If that is missing in the parents itself, how do you expect Prahlad to be born in your house? Then you have to at least go to the level of Hiranyakashipu first. At least you all should go to the level of Hiranyakashipu to have Prahlad. See, na ye dhad hai, na wo dhad hai. Aisa hai. Neither the parents are perfect, children are perfect. So at least whatever acharan, whatever behavior parents do, that is reflected in the children. So Karmabai was, Karmabai's father was wondering, what to do, what will happen if I have to go out to the neighboring village and nobody is there to take care of the Lord. उनके घर पे शालिग्राम था, विष्णु नहीं थे, शालिग्राम. तो उन्होंने बोला अब क्या करूं, कैसे खिलाऊं भगवान. इतने में कर्माबाई थी, छोटी सी लड़की, बोले मैं खिलाऊंगी, मैंने देखा है आपको भोग लगाते हुए, मैं भोग लगाती हूँ. ठीक है. The parents told her, say very simple, मुझे पता, मैं रोज़ देखती हूँ ना आपको, आप खिचड़ी रखते हो, उसमें तुलसी पत्ता डालते हो, पर्दा डालते हो, फिर आप भगवान को भोग लग जाता है. ठीक है. तो द पेरेंट्स लेफ्ट, अर्जेंट वर्क था. तो यहाँ पे अब खाना बना के तो गई थी माँ, छोटी सी लड़की, तो उसने भोग लिया, भगवान के सामने रखा. फिर भगवान प्लीज़ भोग खा लीजिए. देन उसको ट्यूबलाइट, अरे माता पिता तो उसमें तुलसी डालते हैं, उसने तुलसी डाला, तुलसी डाल के वेट कर रही है. भगवान भोग तो नहीं ले रहे हैं, कुछ तो मिसिंग है, क्या मिसिंग है. हाँ, जल भी रखते हैं, तो जल भी रखा, उसमें भी तुलसी डाल दिया, फिर भगवान नहीं ले रहे हैं. शी इज़ वेटिंग. हाँ, भगवान को पर्दा डालते थे. अब मैं क्या करूँ, पर्दा कहाँ से रखूँ. तो घूम गई, उल्टा खड़ी हो गई और अपना स्कर्ट जो है, व्हाटएवर यू कॉल इट, एंड उसको ऐसा खोल के पकड़ के खड़ी हो गई. भगवान जल्दी खा लो. एंड घूम घूम के देख रही है पीछे, भगवान खा रहे हैं क्या बोल के, नहीं खा रहे. तो she had heard one thing from her parents. In life, if you are not able to satisfy the Lord, your life is a life full of waste, vain. Rather die rather than not able to fulfill the wishes or the service of the Lord. So immediately she went to the kitchen, took a knife. She said, Lord, you are not eating, no? I'll kill myself. The small girl is telling. She put the knife on her throat. Immediately Lord came out of the shaligram, caught hold of her hand. Caught hold of her hand and said, don't. What do you want? You want me to eat? I'll eat. You don't do anything to yourself. No, then what? I'm brave. I did what all my parents told me. I did everything. You're still not eating. The Lord started eating khichdi. Now 50% Lord ate. And now the small girl is telling, oh, मेरा लिए क्या? तुम खा जाओगे, मैं क्या खाऊंगी? मेरा भी तो कुछ ख्याल रखो. That is simplicity. That is simplicity. One should not be crooked with God. One should not play games with God. One should not act smart with God. Let's be simple. You may be ignorant, no problem. God never punishes you for your ignorance. You may not know certain rules and regulations and certain things, but that's not a problem. But never make it, oh, I'll do such a thing that Lord will not come to know. How He will not come to know? He is sitting in your heart. भगवान आपके हृदय में बैठे हैं. आपके एक इसके लिए जब भी आप कुछ गलत कार्य करते हो, अंदर से आवाज आती है ना, मत कर मत कर मत कर. आप क्या बोलते हो? चुप. And you do it. Before doing anything wrong, there is a voice coming from inside, but you silence that voice. Chup. Why should I listen to you? Let me do as per my mind. And our mind is running as per the three modes of nature. Three modes of nature is always dominating our mind. And that is why, Radheshyam Prabhu gives a very nice statement. Says, suppose there is a building, very nice building. Ground floor is what do you say? A bar with nice rum, gin, and all that alcohol and all those things. Then on the first floor there is gym, discotheque, all that. And on the top floor there is temple. Now who will go where? If I ask you all where you will go, I'm sure there will be people opting for the first floor, ground floor also. But it depends on under what mode of nature you all are. One who is in the mode of passion will go to the discotheque, will go to the gym. One is the mode of ignorance, will go to the pub where you're getting hookah and alcohol and all the drugs and all those stuff. And one in the mode of goodness, where will he go? He will go to the temple which is on the top floor. That's why temples are always on the top floor. चल के जाना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ेगा. Walking, you don't need a lift also. To go to the pub, you don't need a lift. पैशन की लाइफ में लेने के लिए भी थोड़ा मेहनत करना पड़ता है, और सात्विक जीवन जीने के लिए अधिक मेहनत करना. So immediately Karma Bai said, leave something for me. Fine. So here Lord started immediately feeding her also. And उसका मुंह में एक निवाला डाल रहे हैं, एक निवाला उनके खुद के मुंह पे डाल रहे हैं. Then she achieved that service that till to this day Lord first takes from her. But the first thing is offering yourself. So here such a person has no, for her there is no prescribed duties. But we still have not achieved that level. So we have to do all our prescribed duties. That is, especially in today's date, I am seeing certain things like people don't perform, last rites of the body. Nowadays it's become a fashion. I'll give the organs for, donate the organs, or give it to the for operation checking. Doctors they give the body. They are doing that. They don't do the Shraddha rituals, which is all wrong. These are all not written or prescribed as per the Shastra. It's an individual choice. We don't force anyone. But technically speaking, one should follow the life of given by the Shastras. But for one who is, that is why many people ask me, Prabhuji, why sannyasis are not burnt? They are buried. You see sannyasis, they are not burnt. But that's generally the customary done in Muslims and Christians. It's not a customary done in Hinduism. But sannyasis are buried. There is a reason. If you go to YouTube, see the last video of Srila Prabhupada, where Srila Prabhupada was also, today where you are finding the Samadhi at Vrindavan temple, where you are finding that very place, he was buried. And Pushpa Samadhi is at Mayapur. The Pushpa Samadhi, the flowers from his body were kept, put under that temple over there. The point is, we people are still in the material world. The minute we die, our body rots, our body smells, our body gets putrefied, worms and other things start attacking our body. Whereas, when you go to a level of transcendence of that level, it is said that body is so purified that for them, such rituals are not required. You go to Sri Rangam temple. You are there, huh? You have seen it. Some people have seen it. So we have gone to Sri Rangam temple where you see the actual body of Ramanujacharya still there. It is more than 1,200 year old. 1,100 or 1,200, exact date I don't know, but more than 1,000 year old. As it is, that body is there. Only once in a year, they remove the chandan lep. Chandan or kapur ka lep banate hain, wo lagate hain, and they remove it and they apply it again. The body is intact, still sitting firm. Why? Achieve that level of transcendence. That level of transcendence has been achieved. One who achieves that level, for him. But please, don't consider yourself to that level. Okay. Okay, take the next verse. 19, verse number 19. Yes, please read verse number 19.
Therefore, without being attached to the fruits of activities, one should act as a matter of duty. For by working without attachment, one attains the supreme.
Only two ways of working: with attachment, without attachment. With attachment, you will incur the law of karma. The minute you are not working with attachment, you are working, the law of karma stops working on you. When you are working for the Lord, there is no law of karma working on you. Why should it work? How will it work? I don't know. Please read the purport, Prabhu.
The Supreme is the personality of Godhead for the devotees, the liberation for the impersonalist. A person therefore acting for Krishna or in Krishna consciousness under proper guidance and without attachment to the result of the work is certainly making progress toward the supreme goal of life. Arjuna is told that he should fight the battle of Kurukshetra for the interest of Krishna because Krishna wanted him to fight. To be a good man or non-violent man is a personal attachment, but to act on behalf of Supreme is to act without attachment for the result. That is perfect action of the highest degree, recommended by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna.
So Srila Prabhupada is trying to say here that the act of fighting done by Arjuna or going to be done by Arjuna is going to be on the behest of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, on the personal behest of the Lord. He is not going to do it just because he wants to do it to enjoy or to kill someone or to cause any harm to others. Please read.
Vedic ritual rites, prescribed sacrifice are performed for purification of impious activities that were performed in the field of sense gratification. But the action in Krishna consciousness is transcendental to the reaction of good or evil work. A Krishna conscious person has no attachment for the result but act on behalf of Krishna alone. He engages in all kind of activities but is completely non-attached.
Next verse.
King such as Janaka attained perfection soul by performance of prescribed duties. Therefore, just for the sake of educating the people in general, you should perform your work.
So he is giving an example here, like King Janaka attained perfection solely by performing performance of prescribed duties. Just by performing the prescribed duties, they attained perfection. Therefore, just for the sake of educating the people in general, you should perform your work. That means what? Okay. Next verse, then I'll explain this. This is the first, you can say, the precursor for the next verse, which Lord is going to say. Yad yad atriti shreshta tad evartino janaha sa yat paramam kurte loka tad anuvartate. Yes, read the translation for that also.
Whatever action a great man performs, common man follow, and whatever standard is set by exemplary act, all the world pursues.
This is the principle of all your advertisements where stars come and tell. Now, Amitabh Bachchan, who never drives a scooter, comes and tells, please buy the scooter. Amitabh Bachchan comes to tell you, buy the scooter. You're expecting, you're thinking, the dreams also, Amitabh is going to drive. And some hero, heroine will come and say, ye shampoo vapro, ye makeup vapro, ye hair dye vapro, ye varo, wo karo. All, hissing come. Why? Why we want? Why if suppose you go and tell them, use this shampoo, why people not buy? Only if some hero or heroine comes and she tells. And the best joke is whenever Fair and Lovely ad comes, the person who coming is already fair. It is never a kala kaluta or a kali kaluti ko leke ke usko Fair and Lovely nahi dikhayenge. Always the person is already fair. ठीक है, that's the other part of it. But why, if you and I go to endorse that, why people will not buy? Whereas when some heroine or hero or some great cricketer or someone, so for some boost you need a cricketer to endorse for it. Why? Whether he drinks or not, it's a gimmick. Why need? That's what Lord is saying. Whatever activities great people perform, today we have become so conscious. Someone comes here with an Apple phone. I've got an Apple phone and shows you the phone. Great person. So yad yad acharita shreshta. Bada आदमी ने जैसा आचरण किया. Next, what comes in your mind? I should also go and buy a iPhone. First, that person is having an iPhone. I should have an iPhone. Or that person having an Apple Watch. I should have an Apple Watch. That is why great personalities come to endorse product. Even the product may be a flop. वो शैम्पू डालने से आपके बाल उगेंगे नहीं, वो क्रीम लगाने से आप गोरे होंगे नहीं, but still those products are highlighted by those great persons. So that is why it says, whatever action a great man performs, common man follow. Common man follow. And whatever standards he sets up are exemplary act, all the world pursues. पूरा दुनिया उसको भेड़ चाल बन के जाती है. So what here is he telling about this? What is the reference? We have understood the verse on the actual face of it. Yes, that is why a personality comes and tells, ये क्रीम लो, ये दूध पियो, ये खाओ, ये लगाओ, तो वो सब हम करते हैं. Why is Krishna telling? Okay, Krishna is telling, come on, you also endorse some product. No, Krishna is saying, you are a great personality. You do the act as per what the world will follow. You have to follow. You have to give up, set up a standard. Just now I was getting angry on someone. You have to set up a standard. Then the other world will follow. Why you are setting up, you are allowing someone else to set up a standard and you following that person? You're getting this point? You all have to set up a standard. Don't be ashamed to go in dhoti. It is our Sanatan Dharma. Your great-great-grandfather, you go and ask, what was he wearing? Was he wearing pant shirt? Was he wearing jeans, corduroy jeans, tights and all that? You may use. I'm not saying don't use. The point is, don't be ashamed or don't look down upon these things. Because so-called worldly people decide what is nice. You see one great personality, oh, this great rich man is using a Mercedes car or a Lamborghini car. That's the standard. I should have, if I buy a 10 lakh car also, it's of no use. I should have a Lamborghini or a Mercedes or a BMW or something of that sort. So that has been set up in your mind. Why? You see him, oh, that's how a great person behaves. When you are hungry, you can go and fill your stomach in anywhere in this world. You can have khichdi also, nutritious, nice. But what happens? The standard is set up. सामने वाले को देखा आपने, oh, he's going to this 3-star restaurant, he's going to this 5-star restaurant, he's going to this great restaurant, and what type of dresses he's wearing, what type of shoes he's wearing, what type of pant, shirt, whatever it is, that is captured by your mind. And then those standards are automatically coming up. That's why suddenly one fine day you see one of your house member coming and putting a very gruesome, deadly request. I want this, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. No, how on earth? We don't usually wear this. But why you want this? The reason is that person has captured the image of some personality whom he thinks is something shreshta, something superior. तो उसी हिसाब से उसको लेना है. Then he sets up the standard. Oh, अच्छा, उन्होंने ये ब्रांड के चप्पल पहने थे, इतने महंगे वाले चप्पल पहने थे, मुझे भी इतने महंगे वाले पहनने हैं. Today we have become so, we start judging people just by seeing the outfit. ये 1000 का टॉप रहेगा, खरीदना है. वो कितने का पहना? What's your problem? But we start judging. You see everything, oh, माता जी ये आपका 800-1000 का चश्मा रहेगा. What am I going to do? Any of that specs is not going to fit me. But still people judge you. That's a tragedy. In today's life, that's a tragedy. What you are doing, what you are wearing, it's a vidambana hai. We can't do anything. We have to live with this. That's a different thing. But that's a real sympathy. And everyone judges you with your outfit, with what you wear, what type of car you come, what type of vehicle you are using, what type of brands you are using. उससे आपका judge होता है. क्यों? Amitabh Bachchan has endorsed, no? Reed and Taylor. So if you're not having Reed and Taylor with you, when you go to the other side, when you want to see it, you need a cloth to cover yourself. Why you need something very, very superior? No. वो क्या सोचेंगे? That is the problem. दुनिया की सबसे बड़ी बीमारी क्या है मालूम? बड़ा रोग. क्या कहेंगे लोग? ये है सबसे बड़ा रोग कि क्या कहेंगे लोग. एंड यहाँ पे हमारे शास्त्र में हमारे बड़े बड़े श्रेष्ठों ने एग्जाम्पलरी स्टैंड अप सेटअप किया है. वो जमाना अलग था, अभी हमारा जमाना अलग है. जमाना कुछ नहीं है. वही सूरज है, वही चांद है, वही हवा है, वही पानी है. Not a drop of water has been created from time immemorial. It's the same amount of water. We have all studied in school, cycle of water. We have all studied that how carbon dioxide is taken by certain plants and oxygen is released, and then we inhale that oxygen and we release carbon dioxide. Otherwise, factory lagi hai kya kahin pe? It's been so perfectly set up. Without maintenance, this machine is working. Everything goes perfectly. Don't think you're drinking, when you open a mineral water bottle, and don't think I am drinking a new fresh water. Mind you, it has been billions, trillions and trillions of years old water, cycled again and again. You may process it, that's different. But you can't create water. It's the same water which you're drinking. If you carbonate it, might be, you couldn't see that, oh, my great-great-great-grandfather drank this water. You can see that. So please, these type of standards have been set up. So what Lord is trying to tell Arjuna, you also show some great standards. Indirectly, get up and fight. Even that is a standard which you have to set up. Krishna has made sure in the entire Mahabharata, he has set up standards. With every warrior killed in the war, he has set up standards. Be it be Dronacharya, be it be Bhishma Pitamaha, be it be Jayadratha, be it be your Duryodhana, everyone, every character का एक exemplary example दिखाया है Krishna ने into the entire Mahabharata. And before everything, he has given an example also. What did he do? He went and, as a Shanti Dut, please give 5 villages, we will not fight. They will be happy. Though they have fulfilled all the, the conditions which was laid down at the time when they lost the Dvit Krida. And that too, it was done illegally or wrongly. What is the biggest cheating done in the Dvit Krida? What was the biggest cheating done in the Dvit Krida? The gamble match, what was the biggest? Huh?
His eyes was hearing what Shakuni was saying. You know, invited Shakuni was playing the.
Yes, that was the biggest cheating. Here, Duryodhana was, who was invited? Shakuni invited or Duryodhana invited? Then Duryodhana should have paid. He hired Shakuni, what? On my behalf you play. Then Yudhishthira should have hired Krishna. Then the dice would have listened to Krishna only. No other person in this world should have played the dice. But that is the first cheating what was done. That is, he invited and Shakuni was playing on behalf of who was a better player than anyone else in the Sabha. So cheating was done from that very moment. So Krishna was quietly watching the cheating. And in the war, people say, Hare Krishna did cheating. Cheating with cheaters, justified. Cheating with cheaters is justified. You don't have to become a sadhu in front of the cheaters. There is no need. If someone is cheating, then you also teach him, you have to sing the same song which he is singing. The same level or the same language, you have to teach him. So, Krishna did all the possible actions. He wanted to show, say, if you can avert the war, even the last minute, do it. That is one of his great activities. Yad yad achrati shreshta. Went by 5 gaon de do. We went to ask. Though he knew very well, they are not going to give. But still, that is what we can take from the crux of it is, even if we are in such a situation, we should first try to do it through the passive way, instead of going to the aggressive way. But once the passive way, what you try, fails, then no looking behind. Then take the aggressive way. Then fight the war fully. And then when they are cheaters, when they cheat, when biggest cheating in the best, and the best cheating and the biggest cheating in the war, which is the best and biggest cheating in the war? In the Mahabharata, the entire war. उसमें क्या हुआ था उसमें बोला ना, उसने लास्ट में क्या बोला, अश्वत्थमा हता कुंजरो व नरो व, वो उसने जानबूझ के भीम ने और कृष्ण ने शंख बजा दिया, इसके लिए सुना ही नहीं दिया. सो वो भी नहीं. द बेस्ट where he plays a very fantastic game at the time of revenging the death of Abhimanyu.
The sun being blocked.
The sun being blocked. That is the height of, which he has, created in reverse ecological system. The ecosystem also, he played with it. He just covered the sun, made it look like night and evening, and they were so happy. They're coming out and dancing, and ha ha, now you have to die, you have to die. They're all saying. That time Krishna says, come on, let me move the cloud, let me show, come on, now it's time for you to die. So this is how one has to understand कि भाई, yes, yad acharya shrestha, please, Krishna is telling Arjuna, you also set up an exemplary action by which others will follow. Just imagine if Arjuna had said, no, I will not fight, and if he had stuck to that, युद्ध ही नहीं होता, तो हम लोग के अंदर क्या सीख रहे तब? What knowledge would the coming generation take? Oh, we have to, if someone takes away our thing, we have to leave it. आतताई को मारना चाहिए. The first chapter we studied about the various types of आतताईस. So आतताई को मारना चाहिए. और यहाँ पे क्या various type of आतताईस I told you, and all type of आतताई उनके साथ हुआ. उनको घर को आग लगाया, उनके पति को उठा के लेके जाने की कोशिश की, उनको उनका धन छीना गया, अनैतिक रूप से उनका धन छीना गया, उनका राज्य छीना गया. Everything, all types of Adate. They were trying to murder him, but they tried to murder Bhima by giving him poison. So what all was not done, but still they were trying to follow the path of dharma. But that's why he's saying, now it's time for you to set up an example for the coming generations to set up an example for them so that they will follow that. But then today we are following it in the negative way, as in the ad world goes. Okay, can anyone read the purport for that, please? Come on, others read.
People in general always require a leader who can teach the public by practical behavior. A leader cannot teach the public to stop smoking if he himself smokes. Lord Chaitanya said that a teacher should behave properly before he begins teaching. One who teaches in that way is called Acharya, or the ideal teacher. Therefore, a teacher must follow the principles of Shastra, scripture, to teach the common man. The teacher cannot manufacture rules against the principles of revealed scriptures. The revealed scriptures like Manu Samhita and similar others are considered in standard books to be followed by human society. Thus, the leader's teaching should be based on the principles of such standard Shastras. One who desires to improve himself must follow the standard rules as they are practiced by the great teachers. The Srimad Bhagavatam also affirms that one should follow in the footsteps of great devotees, and that is the way of progress on the path of spiritual realization. The king or the executive head of a state are all considered to be natural leaders of the innocent people in general. All such natural leaders have a great responsibility to their dependents. Therefore, they must be conversant with standard books of moral and spiritual codes.
I'll tell you one small incident which happened with Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya, it's like he got the mantra, Guru mantra. I'm just confused whether it's Yamunacharya or Ramanujacharya. I'm just confused. Ramanujacharya, when he got the mantra, when he found his mantra from his Guru. So he got the mantra from his Guru. So he was, the Guru had told him. And when initiation time, and the initiation matlab Brahman initiation time pe, the Guru tells the mantra in the ear. He doesn't tell it even loudly in the class. It's like you are called in the room, no one is in the room, and it is given in the ear. Even to this day, aaj ke tarikh tak. So When he got the mantra, I told him, see, don't tell this to anyone. Very important mantra I am giving you. This will liberate you from the cycle of birth and death. So it's very important. When he was coming back home after the thing, he was seeing so many people are there. They are not going to get this mantra. They are not going to chant. What will happen to them? So he climbed up on the top of a temple. In those days, temples were the biggest monument in the village, town, whatever you call it. The biggest monument used to be the temple. Even till to this day, if you go to Jagannath Puri temple is supposed to be the tallest monument in the entire Puri city. You cannot have, you are not supposed to make a monument taller than a house or building, anything should not be taller than that. So he sees that. And he tells, okay, he climbs up and starts shouting the mantra loudly. So immediately, these other students, they go and tell the Guru that he's shouting on the sitting on the top of the temple, and he's shouting the Guru mantra what you have given him. So the Guru came Yamunacharya came there very fast and fired him left and right. Said, you're going to go to hell for this. I told you don't give this secret mantra. Why are you shouting and telling everyone? That time Ramanacharya says, yes, I am giving this. I don't mind going to hell for this also. But by giving this, if the people in general are giving a better future with respect to the spiritual life, I don't mind going to hell. Let them get liberated. Let all these people get liberated. I alone, one person going to hell is not a problem, but other people should go back to Godhead. That time, his Guru says, this is what is the actual karuna bhava which should come in the heart of a pure devotee. Pure devotee's heart should be filled with karuna. Like someone may be in this class for 20 years. Again reading the Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya Charitamrita, Ramayana, Mahabharata, everything read. But if you see, the bhava of a devotee is only seen when he has karuna for other living entities, when he has got mercy on other living entities. If that is not generated, the bhakti bhava has not actually come in the person's heart. One may say this is not a prescribed duty. One has broken the rules and regulations. But here, he has broken the rules and regulations as a special case because he wanted to create, he was merciful on the people and he wanted to get them out of this bhavasagar. So please understand, we have to set up exemplary activities. One has to follow those activities, and we are supposed to follow the acharyas and these scriptures which gives us the actual guidance in our life. Yes, next verse. Someone from this side can read. Mataji, read.
O son of Pratha, there is no work prescribed for me within all the three planetary systems, nor am I in want of anything, nor have I a need to obtain it, and yet I am engaged in prescribed duties.
See how clear Lord has made a clear-cut statement. ठीक है, हम लोग तो नित्य बद्ध है, हम लोग permanently bound to this material world. But who is this Lord? Does he need? Just if he raises his eyebrow, demigods will come and fall at his feet. Just if he raises his eyebrow. But even he is doing some activity. What the first activity he is doing is driving the Ratha, and he has done everything what should be done by a person. First and foremost, if you see, in Vrindavan, they did not send him to any school teacher or anything. He was happy, uneducated. गाँव वाला, ग्वाल बाल, दूध पिलाने गाय को लेके जाओ, दूध चरवा का जैसा काम करता था, and enjoying life. But because here it is said, Yashoda Maya was not ready to part with Krishna. Nanda Baba was not ready to part with Krishna. But the day he came over to Mathura, now Kamsa is dead, now you need to be educated. Official education. And what did he do? For 64 days he went to Ujjain. How many days? Only for 64. 64 कला सीखने के लिए 64 दिन लगे. Please understand, Sudama joined the school much earlier and was there much later. He had gone. Krishna came, studied and gone. He just came for 64 days. हो गया, सीख के चला गया. But to set up an example in front of the world, yes, every person should have a spiritual master. Under a spiritual master, only one can gain knowledge. Who is gaining this knowledge? The Supreme Personality of Godhead. Who is the creator of all the Vedas? Who is creator of everything? Even he, when he comes in the human form, when he came as Lord Ramchandraji, whom did he go to? He went to and learned from Vashishta Muni, and then from Vishwamitra Muni. He gave him Bala, Ati Bala and all those astras he gave him. Then in the end, he is showing bewildered how to kill Ravan. I am not able to kill Ravan. And then Agastya Muni comes and gives him Aditya Hridaya Sutram. That is why Aditya Hridaya Sutram पढ़ के ही रामचंद्र जी ने रावण को मारा. Because that Aditya Hridayam is actually, that's a stotra for Lord Surya Dev. And the Amrita which was there in his Nabhi, that could be dried only by intense heat. सूर्य का तेज से ही वो जला सकते थे. तो आदित्य हृदय स्तोत्र बोल के उन्होंने मार दिया. उसके पहले he was cutting off the heads and tabak new heads were coming and he used to give that smile, ha ha ha. All of you watch the serial, na? Ram and Sila, ha, hey, shum, one head goes, another head comes, another head comes, another head comes. So what does this actually mean? So Lord also follows all the rules and regulations. He kidnapped Rukmani, but did he bypass the process of marriage? Today we are having new things, live-in relation. New Shastra is written nowadays. It's never existed. Even Krishna kidnapped Rukmani, but that's a Rakshasa Vidhi ब्याह मतलब लग्न हुआ था. तो उन्होंने क्या किया? राक्षस विधि से उनको he kidnapped her. But officially married her. Official mandap was created. Vasudev, Devaki, everyone was standing, and then presence of all the relatives, he got married. So Lord, if you see Lord's whole life, all his activities are as per the Shastric injunctions given by Lord Manu. Manu in the Manu Samhita has clearly given all the rules. 16 संस्कार है मनुष्य के जीवन में. गर्भदान संस्कार से लेके अंतिम संस्कार तक 16 संस्कार are there. And how many of us follow how many संस्कार? अभी तो शादी का संस्कार भी गया, विवाह संस्कार भी चला गया. एक करके सब संस्कार जा रहे हैं. अंतिम संस्कार भी आजकल गया. What संस्कार is left? 16 में से एटलीस्ट कुछ तो करो. Everything from the Garbhadan Samskar to Janma Samskar to Annaprashna Samskar, everything, giving first food to the child, writing, everything is there in the Samskaras. Nobody wants to follow. That is why Lord ought to do, because Lord is saying, ना मुझे कुछ पाना था, ना मुझे कुछ चाहिए था, फिर भी for the sake of educating the others, I have done. So you also have to do your rules. Many people say, अरे इस्कॉन का लेक्चर सुन के है ना आदमी बाबा जी बन जाता है, काम का नहीं रहता. He has not understood Krishna then. He has not understood Bhagavad Gita. If you have understood Bhagavad Gita, then you are supposed to do your what may be a rule for one may not be a rule to another. I'll give you an example. लाज लज्जा बहू को होना चाहिए कि नहीं? कुल घर की बहू को होना चाहिए. वही एक नर्तकी को हो सकता है. नर्तकी इफ शी सेज नहीं मैं घूंघट लगा के डांस करूंगी, कोई देखने वाला है? कैन एनीवन सी दैट? दैट इज व्हाई शास्त्रिक dances are there, like Bharatanatyam and Kuchipudi and all those dances are there. You see, entire Bharatanatyam is nothing but devotion. There is no filmy song on which you can dance a Bharatanatyam. It is only on devotional songs. Everything has been devised in the Shastra in such a way that by doing devotion, if someone wants to dance, he can dance. If someone wants to sing, he can sing classical song rather than singing any other nonsense songs. So the point is, everything has been decided. So please understand, लज्जा अच्छी बात है, but एक नर्तकी के लिए लज्जा नहीं है. So rules will change with respect to the karmas or with respect to the varnashrama. Just imagine, we are seeing people coming from the Brahminical quality. They are all running for making money or becoming industrialist and all that. Then who will read the Shastra? You may be expecting Shudras to read the Shastra, or the Kshatriyas or the Vaishyas to read the Shastra. Who will read the Shastra? Someone has to take as per the Varnashram. Then the society will be balanced. If suppose everyone in the country says, we want to join the army, we want to fight, then who will be inside the country? The whole country is in the border. Who will be inside the country? There has to be a balance in activities. That is why even in a group also, the seva has to be balanced. Someone has to say X seva, someone has to take Y seva, someone has to take Z seva. Then it will be. If everyone take one seva and other sevas are not taken, then what will happen? Please remember, Lord is very clear. He says, जब मुझे किसी चीज की जरूरत नहीं है, but still yet I am engaged in prescribed duties. I don't want anything, nor do I have to need to obtain anything. मुझे किसी चीज की जरूरत नहीं है, but फिर भी मैं फॉलो कर रहा हूँ. हाँ, चलो, one more verse and then we'll close the class. Yes, who will read one more verse? Who will read? हाँ.
For if I ever fail to engage in carefully performing prescribed duties, O Partha, certainly all men will follow my path.
He is saying very clearly, for if I ever fail to engage, दुनिया भगवान के कार्य में नुक्स निकालने में एक्सपर्ट है. My uncle used to always tell, Ram ate non-veg. Lord Ram ate non-veg. तो एंटर रामायण में कहीं सीता मैया ने चूल्हा फूका ही नहीं. That was the best part. She never went into the kitchen only. Because the condition itself put by Kaikeyi was, they have to live a life of an aesthetic. When Sita Maya wore that sari, bark dress, and it was not fitting to the Rajkumari. It comes in the time when Kaikeyi sends Ram to the forest. At time Ram wears that forest dress, and Sita Maya is given that forest dress, and she is not comfortable with that. That time Vasishtha Muni comes and fires left and right. Wow, your rule was only for Ram. Why are you forcing Sita to wear this dress? He was firing Kaikeyi left and right. Points aside. Sita Maya's first condition was they were to live on roots and fruits. They were not supposed to cook. And here there is one line which comes where it is mentioned that Mamsa word comes. Mamsa means also refers to, understanding of Mamsa is whatever the inner core of anything is called as Mams. Whether it be human flesh is also an inner core of our body. Fruit, if you take orange, the andar ka jo soft, pulpy, juicy part hai, that is called as Mams. It's a very generalized word. People don't understand Sanskrit fully. They say, oh, the Mams khaya. And he told Lakshmana, get some Mams means he get some inner core of some fruits. I would think like a cannibal Ramchandraji would have been eating. Now lion or tiger is, how is it possible? There is no fire used in cooking in the entire Vanvas. Ramchandra, वो condition ही था, मतलब condition ही पता नहीं. So people want to find out faults in every Lord's activity. One person came and met me, one of my distant relative, tragically. He met me and what was the need for Krishna to incite Arjuna to war, fight a war? Arjuna was saying not want to fighting. Unnecessarily he is killing people. They are finding out, this is what is the problem. एक तो half knowledge is dangerous. ऊपर से they are finding out the reason why Krishna is inciting Arjuna to fight. And the purpose of writing Mahabharata, the entire Mahabharata itself is gone to waste. बोला इसको समझा के फायदा नहीं है ना. यस सर, राइट. फुकट का मैं बाल मुंडा के बैठा. Fool. But there's no point in arguing with such fools. So why Lord is saying this? But if I do one mistake, people will catch that point and dance. So for the sake of others also, I have to maintain this system. That is why he says this very clearly. For if I ever fail to engage carefully performing prescribed duties, अगर गलती से भी I make a mistake, O Partha, certainly all men would follow my path. लोग बोलते हैं ना, शिव जी का प्रसाद क्या है? हम भाग भी रहे इसके लिए. अरे शिव जी ने जहर भी पियो ना थोड़ा. So Lord says, if I had not taken a guru, everyone, कृष्ण ने कहाँ गुरु बनाया, तो हमको भी गुरु बनाने की जरूरत नहीं. कृष्ण ने गुरुकुल नहीं गया, तो हमको भी गुरुकुल जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. कृष्ण ने 16,108 शादियां की, तो मैं भी करूंगा 16,108 शादी. है बैठे हैं ना, है ना. दुनिया करे तो है ना, कृष्ण करे ना, वो करे तो क्या कैरेक्टर डीला. हाँ, और हाँ, कृष्ण करे तो रास लीला, मैं करूँ तो कैरेक्टर डीला. ये है, ये दुनिया का हालत. So please understand that we all have to set up some standards. We should not follow standards. We have to set up standards and let others follow us. You should be proud enough, yes, what I am doing as per the Shastra, I am doing correct. You don't have to prove the world. The world can never be proved right. Everyone is sitting you to prove you wrong only. Because they want to prove themselves higher and greater and bigger. That's the problem. Okay, with this we'll like to close today's lecture. Anybody has got any doubts, questions?